Hi everyone, what's going on? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to my Play Along League. First things first, the links for next week's league will be in the description, as well as the challenge, so you can go ahead and do those, as well as last week's challenge. You can go and do the video that I'm playing, the challenge that I'm playing in this video. You can go and play that before you see it, or after, whatever you want. But here are the standings for week 1 of the league, and there's been some cheating allegations, so I'm just going to monitor those, but don't worry, everything's being taken into account. But here is the current leaderboard, and so you can see if you picked up any points, thanks to everyone that's playing. And so I think, without further ado, we should head along into the league section, the part that counts for points. So let us see how everyone's going in this one. There's 6 hours left, but hopefully everyone should have done it by now. Don't worry, you will be counted in the scores later on. And you can check out on the Discord to see the leaderboard as it is released. Alright, so let's get straight into things. And it is on a diverse world. 1 minute and 30 seconds per round. No move. Let's go. Alright, so first one, we have Gen 4, and it's looking like Asia to me. And with these poles with the black and yellow lines running down the side, this should be Taiwan. And as you can see, we do have these reflectors as well, so it definitely looks like Taiwan. It's very green, but Taiwan I definitely struggle with. I'm thinking this could be... Well, we do have big mountains to the south, and we appear to be on a mountain itself, so... You know, perhaps somewhere in here, I'm kind of leaning towards kind of more of a middle of the country kind of guess, because it is very tropical, but it can also be that up there, so I'm really not sure, and I'm just going to go for it. Okay, it was actually further north, and we had a really good guess there. A couple of people almost nailing it, which is really quite impressive, but to be fair, there are not that many roads in the center of Taiwan, so well done to everyone who got good scores there. Next one is going to be a Kenya with this car. I was going to say it almost looks like Uruguay or Argentina or something. Very temperate climate on this one. And let's see, do we have any signs that we can read or anything like that? Doesn't really appear to be. We do have a bit of like some brown soil here. With the white car, I do forget where the different cars go and whatnot, but I'm wondering, could it be like a bit south of Nairobi or something like that, or a bit north, somewhere in this region, I think. Maybe along this road here or something. Do we have any hills? So roughly rolling hills. We do have some larger mountains, or at least tall hills to the northwest there. So I do wonder whether that could be, you know, something like these over here, so I'm not really sure though. Could be this road maybe. I'm gonna go there and we'll see. Okay, that is not bad. 125 kilometers was actually over here, and another crazy guess here by Ziad Banani. Very close indeed. Almost suspect, but give him the benefit of the doubt, but there we go. That is the Kenya round, not too bad. And we're on 9,200 points at the moment, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see what's going on here over here. This definitely feels like North America. Do have a little sign here. Not really sure what that would mean. A bit of elevation, but not too much. It's fairly flat. So this kind of reminds me, I have to say, of kind of... It has to be somewhere like Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, something like that is my first thoughts. And when it comes to those states, I'm really not very good. Although I could say it feels a bit... It feels like it doesn't get much rainfall. I don't know about that though. I really don't know what I'm talking about with these, and USA is really one of my weak points, but I'm thinking of going like maybe central Kansas, near Dodge City. I think that is what I'm going to do. And going to hope for the best. Okay, it was actually Texas. I did think of Texas, but yeah, not quite. It's actually near Barnhart, and pretty central there. Not too far away from Mexico, so not the best guess to be sure. But Not terrible either. Okay, so next one is interesting. We've got a yellow center line here. It's Gen 4. Could that be a black number plate? I think it might be. So my thought would have to be... is it Southeast Asia? I think it should be. But like this blockage on the screen, I would love to be able to see properly what's through here. Could it be Mexico? Hold up. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't really feel like Asia. Because of all these palms, I thought it might be, but it should actually be Mexico, right? We're on a bridge here, so let's actually try and get in and see if we can find anywhere that properly fits. So I'm thinking it should be... It feels like it's along a river, not a lake. That feels like it should be coming from there, this river. We've got another bridge there as well. Not really sure. Not really sure where in Mexico this would be. Maybe a little north of Mexico City, something like that. I'm really not sure. It's quite dry, but there is a lot of green as well. So yeah, not too sure. And it's fairly hilly as well, so I'm gonna go for that. We'll see. Okay, that is not bad. That is not bad. It was on a river, I was right, but there's quite a short river just from that mountain up there, presumably. But yeah, pretty pleased with that. Alright, next up, we do have a Southeast Asian round, almost certainly, I would say. Let's see what's going on over here. We do have a shield. It's like the 147 or something. I can't quite read that. 247, 147, something like that. I think we got black number plates here. So, oh yeah, and we're on the peninsula of Malaysia because of this black marking on the pole. So yeah, on the peninsula of Malaysia. And, what did I say it was? Looks like it's 247, but 243, there's a 243, so maybe I am actually right here. So we've got 40 seconds to look for this 247. Yeah, in the meantime, guys, while I'm looking for this, do chuck a comment of the future maps you'd like to see included, because I'm taking suggestions from the comments. Here's the 247, nice. I'm taking suggestions from the comments, so if you would like to suggest a map, even one that you've made, then I can, well, choose it, and you can have your map featured in the video, so that would be good if that is something that you think you'd like. So I'm going to guess in there. Does that line up with the road? The road's kind of not quite that angle. I've only got 10 seconds left here, so maybe it's like that. I actually think that's wrong as well. Yeah, none of these roads quite line up. Well, it was the 247, so at least I was 24 kilometers away. And we end up with 21,551, so I might be in the top 10 here. You never know. And I've just missed out, number 11. So let us check out what was going on with the top 15. And yeah, let's see how people have gone. Alright, so for this United States one, we had a couple of people coming in really close. We had TGBM and Princess Snow White and Troy Blade coming in really close there. Nice guesses. How many people got Texas? 1, 2, 3, 4. An additional 4 people got Texas. We had 3 in New Mexico, 1 over the border in Canada, 1 in Arizona. I was Kansas, and Soviet Spy in Nebraska. So a lot of decent guesses there. For the Mexico one, we had a few people getting in very close there. We did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us getting in roughly the right area. A couple in southern Mexico and 1 in more central Mexico. For the Kenya one, it was a relatively even spread around the actual location. We had a few to the north, 3 to the north, 4 of us to the south, and everyone else getting in the right direction there. Alright, then it was the round in Malaysia, and I got rather close here because I actually managed to read that, but everyone else just guessing somewhere on the peninsula and getting decent points. And then, of course, firstly we had the Taiwan, and mine was one of the worst guesses, but I suck at Taiwan anyway, so that's pretty chill. And of course, for Cooper Scott, we've got to check out the Wooden Spoon Award here. So let us check out everyone who played and see who was down the very bottom here. Because, you know, it's often fun to see what our bottom friends are doing. So, the Taiwan one, we had a Japan guess and a Bhutan guess. Interesting. As for the Malaysia one, we had a Thailand guess and... Ooh, where did he guess? Middle of Brazil. Fair enough. It did kind of look like Brazil. For the Mexico one, we had a Japan guess and a Thailand guess. Yeah, fair enough with the Thailand. I was thinking it was Southeast Asia off the bat as well. And then, for the Kenya one, we had two guys getting it correct, so they knew the Kenya car. But one Zambia guess, not quite correct. And finally, for this Texas one, we had a South Africa. And we had two Argentinas. I see that. It did kind of look like Argentina, so fair enough. Good job to everyone who played, and let us get straight into the challenge link. As I said, the scores will be up on the Discord if you want to check those out during the week. Okay, Islands of the World. This is suggested by Lebrigand, I think his name is. He's the creator of this map as well, I believe. And also Double Whiskey suggested this one, so let's get straight into it and see what's going on. Okay, so we have a unique car here. This should be one of those Pacific Island cars, I think. Can't remember which one it is, though. And we do have a very nice looking location here. Do we have any US flags or anything? I don't think it's the Guam car, but I'm just trying to think what other places there are. I don't think it's Northern Mariana Islands, nor do I think it's the Midway Atoll or whatever. So, just trying to think here. Got like a French flag or something. Not really sure if that's the French flag. So, out to the north we've got ocean, and to the northwest we have another island. So let's see. So, could it be Guam? I don't really think so. I don't really think any of that fits. The Mariana Islands. I thought they might have a different colored car. But if we were right here, it could work, but no, it wouldn't be even to the west, so not happy with those. Let me think, where else is covered? American Samoa, that's a possibility. So we could be like here, and we'd be looking at that island? Is that possible? I don't really know. If we were like here, could we be looking there? I think that is possible, roughly. So I might leave my guess there. Because it does feel like, okay, that is good. That's close enough for my liking. And we were actually over here in American Samoa, but I don't even know if there's coverage there, to be fair. But our Soviet Spy nailing it. Actually, the only person to be nailing it in this round, so well done, Soviet Spy. A couple of other people getting in the right country. Well, it was the USA, but the right area. And I'm pretty happy with that. At least. Alright, next one. Is also some official Google coverage, and we do appear to be in Greece. We've got an antenna here. I think this should be Greece, right? And we are looking, well, we've got ocean kind of like to the north and to the east here, and to the south. It's like northeast and south. Kind of, we might be on a bit of a peninsula here. It's fairly temperate, although that is to be expected of Greece on the Mediterranean. And we have an island over there to the east. So that is what we're working with. Could we be on something like this? That's a possibility, I think. But I want kind of more of a peninsula. So that's where it becomes Turkey. I don't think we're in Turkey, though. So we just got to find any kind of island that fits nicely. How big is that island over there? It's not very big, it's quite insignificant actually. So, could be something like that, not really sure. Yeah, that could work. We're right on the ocean's edge here, so that's what we got to keep in consideration. And it's kind of, the island is a bit to the north as well. So, I do think that something like that could work, honestly. I don't think it's right, but it's not too far from right, if you understand my meaning. Yeah, Greece doesn't have as many islands as I thought it did, I feel like. Okay, we're rather close here. It's going to move us up into second position. It was actually over here. Yeah, that fits much more nicely, and that island fits perfectly. You know what? With a bit of extra time, I think I could have found that, but the result is pretty decent. It's pretty decent. 69 kilometers away. Very nice. Okay, next up. We are looking at some Gen 2 coverage here, and it's feeling fairly Nordic, with these red houses, probably Norway, I would have thought. So probably on a Norse island, and it feels very northern. If you take my feel in here, like it's quite bare, not many trees. Can I even see a singular tree here? I don't think I can. So that always makes me think more northern. Less trees are able to grow. We're kind of on a seawall here as well, so that is interesting. And so let's look. We have land to the south, not as much land to the north, so that would make sense. We could be somewhere up in here. I feel like not quite that, but something like these. You know, that could work. I think it might be along this thing though. So the bulk of the ocean, there's like a big kind of over to the east. There's a big kind of water mass. So yeah, something like these could work, you know. And those. So it's more to the south that we see big mountains. So yeah, you know what? This I'm kind of happy with the way this all works actually. The way this all looks. I wouldn't even be surprised if we're pretty close here, but I think it's somewhere around here. So let's give it a go. Oh yes, that's pretty close. We are quite close here. This is an awesome spot. They got a supermarket out here. That is sick. Yeah, you forget how many islands Norway has, but that is an incredible little place there. You go to church there, come up to the supermarket here, you know. So we're pretty close there. I was right about it being fairly north. Of course, there are lots of islands down here, but I feel like they would have had trees, so could be wrong. But yeah, I've overtaken Soviet Spy now, so let's see if we can hold on to that lead. All right, next one. Okay, we are back in Greece, I think? No, Richmond County, never mind. I thought that was Greek lettering. No parking anytime, I think. Oh, yellow center lines. Okay, so are we in New York or something? Richmond. Yeah, this should be the US, I think, with that no parking sign. Looks like a US one. Let's see if we can see any flags. I think that's a US flag there. And is that NYC? Uh-oh, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Is it big enough to be New York? So we're looking at... We can see this a city to the northeast here. So just like, let me get into Seattle first to make sure it's not Seattle. Because it could be... We could be looking at Bainbridge Island. But I don't see the... Because I have been to Seattle once. I don't see like the lookout tower thing that they got going on there. But it kind of fits. No, it doesn't really. So I'm going to look at New York really quick, because I think that's the other big option here. New York. Is it big enough to be New York, though? Do we see a place called Richmond as well? Uh-oh, not enough time for this. Not enough time for this. Richmond. I kind of do feel like it could be Seattle. I kind of want to leave it with Seattle. Uh-oh. I see no Richmond, even though it sounds like it could be a New York thing. Ah, blast, it was New York. St. George. Ah, man. What a blunder. So we were looking at, like, Brooklyn. So I actually want to go back here. Let's check this out. So we're looking at Brooklyn over there. So can we see New York? So no, that was New York City. This is Brooklyn here. Yeah. Bummer. I should have gotten way more points there, but we've completely lost our lead. I see dead people pulling 5k. It's quite disappointing, man. Alright, back to it. And here we go. We get back on an island with an interesting car. Can't remember which one that would be. Virgin Islands, maybe? Oh no, this is probably the Curacao car. Yeah, and we've got a Brazilian flag as well, so that would make sense, wouldn't it? So we've got ocean to the northwest there. I think is it, unless Aruba has coverage, I think this should be Curacao. and the ocean to the north west. So here maybe? I do consider this place could be correct. We've got a little cove, and we should see, yeah, we do see kind of a landform like that. I think that might be that, you know? Oh, I can't believe I didn't guess New York. I'm mad about that. Why did I think it was Seattle? I couldn't even see the tower. Anyway. 25 seconds left. I can't think. I know Curacao. I don't think it's owned by Brazil. Oh, hold up. So could it be... Hold up. Isn't one of these islands? I can't remember. Maybe it's actually like a Brazilian island. I can't remember if any of them have coverage though, so I'm gonna stick with Curacao. Yeah, and it is 76 meters. Yeah, I got the exact right location. Let's go. Very pleased with that. The Brazilian flag was throwing me off, but I'm pretty sure that's still owned by the Netherlands, is it not? Can't remember anyway. So we ended up with 19k. It would have been like a solid 24k if I guessed New York. But that map is really fun. We should definitely bring that one back soon. I ended up with 4th, which is pretty good, but oh, if I had guessed New York, it would have been such a good score. So let's check out everyone who played. We actually had 17 people playing, so let's check out the top 10. So thanks to everyone who played. Actually, why not? Let's check out everyone. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a mess though, isn't it? Well, actually, no. We'll just check out the top 10. And let's see. So the New York one, my gosh, what a terrible guess. It didn't even... I've been to Seattle. I've never been to New York, but I've been to Seattle. I should have been able to get this. Great guesses to everyone who got right on it. That's very nice. So that was that. Over here, in the American Samoa, we had 4 of us getting the wrong island. Just so it's by getting the correct island. So that was the top 5. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, guesses around the spot. That was a Nicaragua guess around there by Recorder Man. What's next? Oh, the Curacao guess. We had like even a Madagascar, Brazil, a USA guess. Interesting. But it is an island of the world, so couldn't have been there. Binks. Anyway, over here in Greece, we had some very close guesses. Binks actually getting closest of them all. Locating the correct Greek island. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us getting in roughly the right area. We had a Turkey guess even. Was this in Turkish waters? Okay, it was in Turkish waters, sorry. So, there you go. It was actually not in Greece, but Turkey. And we had one guess of, what's this island called again? I was thinking of Ibiza, but Palma, I guess. And where was the last one? Oh yeah, the Norway. Wow, another great guess from Binks there. Having a mixed bag of guesses, but it's 2 really good ones. Definitely getting those European islands very nicely. And we had 3 of us getting in the right area there, and a couple other people guessing like the Shetland. What's the Shetland Islands and Faroe Islands and stuff like that. So, yep, not bad efforts. And that's pretty much it. So, I would say thank you very much for watching, everyone. Tune in for next week's play along. Hit the links in the description to play, suggest a map, and thank you very much all for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, smash like, comment, and I'll see you in next week's. Don't worry, I'll deal with the cheating stuff. And yeah, peace. Thanks for watching.